Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to talk about a song that is no doubt the most fucked up song on the record. This one is Family Man. And Family Man was inspired on a lyrical level by
Your
the
Family
movie.
Man.
Yeah, but lyrically by the movie Falling Down. And
I love that fucking movie.
when do you think that was that a 90s movie?
Yeah, it was like 93 probably, 92, 93, Michael Douglas.
Okay. But it's basically, if you haven't seen it, it's about a guy who is having the worst day of his life, and I think
Cracks.
he snaps.
He's in traffic, and that was like the sort of nail in the coffin. He leaves his car in the middle of traffic, and then
And the front cover was him with like a shotgun, right? Just kind of
a
standing.
baseball bat or a shotgun, something like that.
I don't know what was allowed or what wasn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what this song is kind of inspired by, which is not to go into too much detail, but when I made the decision to leave Hail the Villain, it was a very difficult one, and I knew that going forward, you know, as much as I told myself that it wasn't going to be that big a deal, and that I was going to be able to just kind of move on. It's such a life-altering decision that, you know, no matter what, there was going to be things that I was going to miss and think about, and this song kind of encapsulates everything that I kind of felt in moving on. And you know, my family's incredibly important to me, and there's a lot of people that, you know, had very long discussions with me about moving on, and very supportive, and I didn't want to let them down, and it was time to make a change, and this song is a great way to do that. It also happens to be my favorite song on the record. So, musically, inspiration. Where did you get the inspiration for this one?
From a band called Incura. We went on tour with them. We were what was the tour called?
Theater of Anarchy.
Theater of Anarchy tour, and we were in Peterborough, and these guys just like started putting more paint on their faces and drinking a bunch of tea and like using this stuff. I don't know what were they.
It was a vaporizer. Vaporizer. I had a vaporizer, but it would get my lungs infected, so I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was kind of like, okay, this is interesting. What are these guys going to be like? And then they went on stage, and they totally killed it. It was very very cool.
They definitely, like, I think of that band as being, and if you guys haven't checked out Incura, definitely do it, as being like a new Queen, like a heavy version of Queen.
If
like,
Queen were around now, then it would probably be something like along the lines of what they're doing.
Yeah, and you know, Kyle's got just this amazing, unique voice that not a lot of people would ever know they even had, probably, because it's just so different. But it's amazing, and the band was so good live. We kind of took that back, and I know that I was heavily inspired by that, and wanted to do something like Incura. And thankfully, the song doesn't sound, for them, thankfully for them, that it doesn't sound anything like them. we couldn't do it, but it definitely pushed our boundaries, and this song is everything that I've ever wanted to write, kind of put into one tune. And I don't think people are going to get it.
That's interesting to me, because I never took you to be a progressive kind of guy, like, you know, coming from Hail the Villain, and then you're into a lot of punk music, so
It's not progressive at all.
it's weird.
Not one bit.
You know, with that?
It's not progressive at all.
What is
like
it?
like punk rock, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, and I mean, like, it's just fucking surprising, because here I am. I've been in a bunch of bands that is very, very progressive, and I've come more into, like, you know, trying to write songs and stuff like that, and write stuff that makes sense and kind of all works together, gels together. And you know, I come together with Brian, who is also of that mindset, but not, and like, I had no idea that he was so into you know, stuff that's so progressive. So it's pretty cool to learn that.
And what this song kind of does is it goes from a really interesting intro that Kelly had a lot to do with when it came to the drums.
Yeah.
He
Definitely.
kind of steered it into an awesome intro, and then it takes off literally with an airplane.
It's an airplane.
There's airplanes,
Some jets,
jet
some wind,
engines,
and all kinds
I
of
think
stuff.
I asked you to find a rocket noise, and we got
Yeah,
an
we got
airplane.
some like jet sounds and air and
and some weird guitar shit.
I think we crumpled some paper up and put distortion on it or something like that.
Yeah, like I listen to
weird
this
shit.
song and I think it's our Bohemian Rhapsody, and it's not Bohemian
No,
Rhapsody
it's not, but
at
it's,
all.
it's
But it's
really
it's
fucked
extremely
up,
anthemic. It's really melodic. It's heavy as fuck. It's dark.
It's very authoritative. Like the chorus is just like, you know,
A tank.
it's a tank just mowing over people in a crowd. You know, very very, just yeah.
So when you listen to this tune, when you listen to this one, you be prepared not to understand it, and I hope you don't. I hope you gotta listen to it.
It's not meant to be understood right away.
I hope it takes you a long time to get it, and I hope you do enjoy it though in the end, because it's my favorite song on the record. It's definitely the most special to me. I turn it on like 3 times, 4 times a day, and I just kind of sit back and say, I'm really proud of this. And every band wants to write their one song where they're like, this is it. This is the one that I wanted to write. And most bands want that to go on the radio. And this one will never go on the radio unless we make it go on the radio. Like we force them by gunpoint, like Michael Douglas, to put us on the radio.
Yeah, some baseball bats.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see what people think of it. Like, I'm nervous to show you guys because of how important this one is to me, but at the same point, like, you know, you're either going to like it or you're not going to get it, and there's nothing I can do to control that.
I think it's interesting because, yeah, it is very important to Brian in that he kind of, like, directed me through this song. Like, I had no fucking idea what I was going to do for this song. It was just Brian basically held me at gunpoint the whole time and says, do this. I don't know, I did it. I tried things, and you know, and he was saying, you know, let's make a song like Incura, and we were listening to some Incura songs, and I'm the type, like, I don't really like, you know, I'm not a lifter. I don't lift ideas from other people. I always have a unique approach. I try to keep things to be my own kind of fingerprint, and which, you know, it turned out that way anyway, and I think, but I don't even know how we did it. I mean, I know that main riff in the song, Brian kind of pointed at my whammy pedal and he says, what can you do with that? And I kind of said, well, I've never really written a riff using a whammy, and I thought a lot about, you know, Dimebag Darrell, Pantera, like he used a lot of whammy riffs and stuff, and I thought, okay, I could do something cool with that. And it just went from, you know, kind of grew from that point. It just got more and more of a monstrosity.
And then when you get to the verse, Xander brought up a really cool point that it's like Hot for Teacher, Van Halen. That's
yeah, it's got a swing. It's like the bass drums are like, and it's like that's never, swing is never ever, almost never used in rock music, and especially heavy stuff. And it's like it's fucked. It's like we got this like bebop, like heavy metal bebop thing going on in the verse, and
it's unique.
I love it. I don't know. We didn't try. It's like that's the cool thing. We never tried for it to sound this way. It just came out, you know.
Well, sorry for talking so long. You probably shut us off by now,
Yeah.
but if you haven't, just know that we're excited for this one, even more than Fracture for me. So turn it up extremely loud, feel the bass drop, and fucking let her rip. Enjoy Family Man.